something rolling, strolling, scrolling. Looks like the pod track is moving up and down. It looks like the Streamlabs is moving side to side. Let's see if oh my God, it's even on the right microphone. I don't have to record. You know why? Because YouTube and Facebook and Rumble record it for you. Welcome to the Gen X Talks podcast. Boy, it's been a weird couple of days, personally, ecologically, and culturally, I would say. Some stuff. We're going to have a true drag and drop section of the program today. Why? Because I didn't get anything preloaded. That means everything's drag and drop. That's why the drag and drop section is called the drag and drop section of the program. Going to have a real one tonight. I want to say good evening to my lovely wife. How are you? You look like you have a headache or something.
I do. I'm just tired too.
I
feel like I've been running and running and running.
Well, you did a couple things today, but not a lot.
Audio volume's way low.
Whose volume?
He didn't say.
Everybody's volume, my volume, your volume, their volume, hello volume. Everybody now is turning down their speakers, just like when you're in the shower and the hot water goes hot, you reach over. You got to turn it down to cold. It's one of those. You guys said it's low, it's low, it's low. Oh my God, it's high, it's high. I got you. All right, we are broadcasting. It is a few minutes after 6 o'clock Los Angeles time, 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. We're broadcasting from the Loop Studios outside of Minden, Nevada. I don't know, we really outside of Minden. I mean, technically we're in Minden. That's like an address. That's a studio address. But at the same time, if I leave my neighborhood and I'm driving towards like town, I see the sign, welcome to Minden. I don't think I'm there yet. Okay. I think I got close, but I don't think maybe you should say broadcasting from the Loop Studios just a bit outside of Minden, Nevada. For those of you who know the Bob Uecker thing, that's an excellent pull. Just a bit outside. For those of you who don't, well, go fucking look it up. It's not my job to teach you history. Anyway, so before we get going here, do you have? You're going to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, you have. I think. Maybe she's part of your harem. I'm not really sure, but Kristen Hartman is celebrating 53 laps around the sun today.
I love Kristen Hartman.
And she's in chat.
And she has a pink shirt. We met her, didn't we?
Did we meet Kristen?
Did we meet Kristen?
I'm trying to
Well,
think.
there was one car show. We met like 5 harem girls all at once.
Kristen would have came from back east.
Oh, then maybe I didn't meet her yet.
Did she come out that one time?
I don't care. I'm still in love with you. You can't stop me. I choose who I'm in love with, not you. That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's it for that. All right. So before we get going here, everybody, this is going to make you guys sick. I'm not getting along with Dr. McDreamy right now. Not even a little bit, but we'll get to that later. Maybe we won't. So no more 5 hours. I can't have my super chicken sauce. And what's dumb is that I can't tell if I can't have my super chicken sauce because it's packed with caffeine or because it's got all the B12 or it's got all the chemicals in it, because chemicals are a big thing. Dr. Dreamy, no on putting chemicals in your body. So I was falling asleep today. I'm dying because without my 5 hours, my body is not adjusting. And of course, Dr. McDreamy strolls in with, just fucking eat better, have some protein, rebuild where you start. Look, it took 20 years to get this fat body. I don't have 20 years to rebuild it with protein. I need something right now. So my wife got me my very first Starbucks coffee. I have never, ever had a Starbucks coffee. I dig part of it because right on the outside, someone wrote,
I know.
You're amazing.
The guy that made it.
But don't say the guy that made it.
The girl that made it.
There you go.
Sorry.
I looked at that and thought, yes, I am. Well, yes, I am. I had to go to my wife and say, excuse me, did the barista know me? Because amazing. I mean, just ask me. I'll tell you. Absolutely. Just like if it would have said, you're handsome, I would have said, well, yes, I know I'm handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. You just got to have to deal with it. Pay attention to the words, not just the handsomeness that's in front of you. Anyway, so my very first one. And do you want to tell everybody what you got, or do you even know?
Caramel macchiato, hot.
That's it? Nothing else? There's no 15 ingredients?
There's 2 espresso shots in there.
2 espresso?
That's normal.
That's normal. Okay, so
I mean, you could add as many as you want. Well,
I've never had one before. So I've taken a few sips of this. I was trying to turn into Robin Williams on cocaine for Good Morning Vietnam, but I only got about this much drink out of it. to get to Robin Williams, I think I'd have had to have been down here, and I'm not. I think I got this much. So you're going to raise your glass. There's the $1.2 million view as the sun gently sets over the mountains around South Lake Tahoe. We get that view from the foxhole. That's you know who that is. Sun Valley Fox, St. Donna. Bottom of the Glass Nation shot glass. He's got his. Do you have yours? Let's raise a glass and kick this pig, Gen X Mom.
Loud One is checking in on YouTube. Everyone say hi to Loud One. He gave $5. Okay, you bunch. I got to speak like him. Okay, you bunch. Find your spots. Get your drinks and hold the fuck on because I'm pissed off and we leaving here sideways.
So,
I don't know how to talk in Australian.
No, you
I didn't do that well.
Loud One is the bus driver. He's telling you to get the fuck on the bus because if you miss the bus, you can't ride on this program. If you miss the bus, I wonder if there's a way to close the stream to new onlunkers. But I don't know how to speak Tasmanian either. And he's definitely a backwards, upside down.
He writes that way too.
I told you. Yeah, he writes with a Tasmanian accent. That goddamn redneck
Mike Perkins
hillbilly.
is checking in on Facebook going, quit snitching on yourself to the doc. You would be okay.
Well, that was my question, Mike, was that is he going to text my wife's phone and go, he can't have those either?
No, you probably can't, but,
well,
you know.
Then why'd you give it to me?
Because you told me to go get it.
After you said, do you want me to go to Starbucks? 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 I'm like, okay,
go. Oh, my God,
go.
my brain hurts.
I don't know what's going on around here.
My brain hurts.
Let's get over to the drag and drop pack picture. There she is. Look at her. Now you can see Gen X Mom in all of her frustration. Yes. There are 3 new whores tonight, a $2 whore, a $5 whore, and a $21 whore. You're going to have to figure out who's who. The real drag and drop section of the program is upon us. There's a few things to cover, my man. We got to do things in order here. So even though it's out of order, upside down, backwards, and disorganized, what I did for you, being the trained broadcast professional that I am, the drag and drop section of the program, I got it right over here where we can actually drag and drop. Do you hear those fucking dogs? They're rustling out in the other room.
I know, but I'm afraid to shut the door and them get into something.
No, that's okay. I just can hear them. I can hear them chomping around. All right, so let's do this one. Don't. The drag and drop section of the program here. And wouldn't you know it won't drag and drop. Wow, what a piece of shit.
Bottom of the Glass Nation's over.
So thank you guys for showing up. It was wonderful having you here. And
Costco Jimmy is checking in on Facebook.
Costco Jimmy hanging out, baby. Boy, this is going to be a fucking nightmare to do these one at a time like this because I can't.
You've stumped Sweets. What's in the damn jar, she says.
Yeah, there's 3. There's 3, and I can't tell you. You're going to have to figure those out on your own. God, I bet it's not going to do it. Let me see. Let me try this one. Nope. It is not letting me drag and drop a single one in here. You know what? Hang on.
Amateur professional here. No, amateur trained.
Yeah, you don't even know what to call me. You're trying to insult me. You can't even get there.
I'm just so tired.
No, this happened before, and it was like something got locked on the scene.
My brain
where
hurts.
It says, would you like to lock the scene where nothing comes in? Duplicate, rename, remove, filters, create. No, it's on pics. Drag and drop.
And Anna, he deserves to be in a cell tonight.
And
she's asking why the general's in a cell. Because I put him there.
It's not funny. It's not even a little bit funny.
The laptop is identifying as a Mac again. Morgan wants to know.
No, it's a Windows laptop. Fuck Bill Gates. This bullshit's stupid. This is like Windows 95 all over again. All right, so if those things can be in here, how come these things can't? I just want to show my friends some stuff. It will not let me show them. It's going to make me go all the way through the process of, I don't know, let's see how fast I can do it the old Irish way, which sucks, by the way. It goes, you're going to add a source, and you got to add a source, and it says image 1, and then I got to browse around until I find the one I want. I know which one I want. I know which picture I want. Maybe in between talking, I can load up this is just going to be a fucking nightmare, but anyway.
Everybody's giving you a purple Twinkie on YouTube.
Yeah, it's bullshit. The whole thing's bullshit. All right, so after a standing ovation for a blistering dissent, in other words, Sotomayor wrote a blistering dissent. She urges people to read both sides. Does anybody see the irony in that statement? Am I the only one who's picking up what she's throwing down? She's saying, thank you for I did write a blistering dissent, a disagreement with the ruling. And she says, but please read both sides. Yeah, the other side. The winning side of the Supreme Court ruling, the part of the argument that went through that is now law or reaffirming the law or the statute. Do you see? It's like standing ovation, way to stand up and write a dissent. But the other side's the part that matters. Yeah, and she encourages people to read the other side too. All right. Oh, my God. See, if you want to do that, there's just some silliness to it all. Yeah, go back to image, and we go back to drag and drop, and then pick another one, and then you get to scroll through and find what you want, which is all bullshit. Whoa, the big Facebook emblem came up.
Wow.
Why the fuck did I pick that? I don't want the Facebook emblem. That is not what I want.
Hey, Tomas once says, I prefer my content creators to have their shit together before they go live.
Yeah, me
Thank
too.
You, Tomas. I feel the same way.
What the fuck is going on around here? Oh, my God.
I totally agree.
All right, let's see if I can get this one in there. Drag and drop, boom. And did it go? And it did. All right, here's another one. Maybe I can just use the same deal and click around through it. I'll try that.
Wow.
So this town was named the #1 place to live for quality of life in the U.S. Now, Gen X Mom, we've traveled around a little bit. What town in America does that look like to you? If you had to guess, someplace we might have been.
First, I was going to say Solvang.
That was my first guess, yeah.
But it has a rail car.
Ah.
Electric rail car.
Good eye. Well, you're not going to guess where this was, but that's what I was trying
Probably like somewhere in Illinois.
Okay. I was trying to proud of you. I thought Solvang. And for a quaint little town, maybe someone would put Solvang on the map. I had an aunt who lived in Solvang for years and years. Used to go back there in the early 70s. But it's not Solvang. So you click through this damn article, you read all the way down. Where is the #1 place to live?
That picture
for
probably
quality?
isn't even in the U.S.
No, this is Denmark, actually.
How's that?
And so call your brother right now and tell him not to pack up the Buick, not to load up the Buick with suitcases. He wants to move where the quality of life is the best. I disagree with their answer. This is a little suburb of Boston. Boston. No fucking way is that possible. Now, it might be a coincidence, just saying, that all of a sudden Trippy Pineapple moves back to the Boston area.
And
now,
it becomes the best quality of life.
Now, all of a sudden, this suburb of Boston receives the #1 tag for best quality of life. I'm not so sure that there's a...
Yummy Joe's in the chat, and she says, I knew it.
All right, let me browse around, see if I can go a little faster with this one right here.
Did you just have a Boston accent?
I had a Boston moment.
Faster.
Let me go a little faster. You had to park your car in the garage. And we got to go to desktop, and then we scroll and scroll and scroll, and we find our next thing to talk about, which is bump.
Sorry, people.
See, I can only see the faces on it. I can't tell what it is till I get it up there. Let's try the drag and drop. All right. Oh, yeah. People are scared to death. Members of Congress fear for their safety after Charlie Kirk assassination. Well,
way to go to bury the Epstein files.
You think that's what they did it for?
I don't know.
I think that's a long shot.
I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
Yeah, that's I just think it's funny. The topic at hand is not Epstein. The topic at hand is they're running around going, we're scared for our lives. Well, you worried about someone doing to you what someone just did to Charlie Kirk? I'd be afraid of that too. If I had been running my mouth for a long time and stirring people up, I'd be worried too. I think it's a legitimate concern. I don't want to see anybody die. I don't want to see anybody get shot. I didn't want to see Charlie get shot, but fucking happened, didn't it? So you're going to have to, I'm just telling you right now, you guys, here's an idea. After this all kind of calms down, for all the liberals on the left that keep saying, rise up, fight back, punch back, get shot for the anti-Trump movement. How about you shut the fuck up? If you don't talk a bunch of shit, you won't have to worry. Now, maybe that's just me. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert with a radio show with 3 people listening. Maybe I don't know dick, but I'm just saying. All right, this one kind of bothers me. We're going to have to go back on this. Are you ready for this one? This one was a little bit irritating, somewhat. It says, if your parents fed you these dishes as a kid, you probably grew up lower middle class. Now I clicked on the article. And I'm going to tell you the first paragraph of the article.
Them all.
The first paragraph of the article, it rephrases it and goes, just by the way, just so you guys know, we really mean you're poor. We
Ouch.
just didn't want to put that on the title, but what we're talking about here is the lowest of the low middle class.
Wow.
You're poor.
You're like on the borderline, like on the line.
They made it very clear in the article. If you ate these as a kid, you were poor.
Okay, what are they?
They weren't even hiding it. All right, let's browse around and find out.
Probably mac and cheese.
Well, let's see how accurate
We're all gonna take count.
Gen X mom is here.
Did it? Got it.
All right, here's
Got
one.
it.
The first one up to bat, you're right. First one up to bat is mac and cheese in the drag and drop section of the program. We will go to drag and let's go all the way up here to top. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, mac and cheese. But you know what? Dr. McDreamy will hate me on this, but that's my go-to when I don't feel good.
Mac and cheese?
That kind. Kraft, the powdery, cheesy. Yes.
When we lived, this is a little tidbit for you guys before we continue. When we lived in California, Southern California area, when my wife would get sick, she would send me out to Marie Callender's for potato cheese soup. And I would bring her back a quart of that and sometimes a pie. But I'd bring her back some cheese soup. You do a little thing for cheese when you're not feeling well. There's no Marie Callender's, so you better stock up on the Kraft mac and cheese. Yeah, this was one that was in there, the original flavor. But they did note in the article, you weren't totally poor if you had cut up hot dogs in it.
Ew.
If you put cut up hot dogs in it, you were kind of lower middle class. You were edging towards middle class. It's more of the delicacy. I wouldn't expect you to understand because you were from the wrong side of the tracks. You're from Cleon Street. I was from Van Nuys. I was almost in Northridge. So yeah, just mac and cheese was one on the list. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's one. Check that off your list. Were you poor?
Yep.
Did you eat? Did you eat poor? All right. What's next? We got another one. Don't. All right. This one's confusing for me to tell you. This one's a little bit odd. In the drag and drop section of the program, let me get to the drag, let me get to the drop. This
Hamburger
was
Helper?
Yeah, it was a
I've
no.
never ever had Hamburger Helper.
No, tuna casserole, and it's interesting.
I love tuna casserole.
I'm going to add what they put on it. They said you were poor if you had tuna casserole, you were middle class if you had the hard crust on top.
I could take it either way.
And I'm like, okay, again, I might have been middle class with that one. I had hot dogs in my macaroni, and I don't know what the crust would be.
Oh, you could put breadcrumbs on it or cheese and then put it in the oven and it crisps it out. I can do either way.
Because honestly, I'll tell you, I remember having some of those with crust on them.
I made that for our 8 kids.
Yeah, you did. Well, because we were poor.
You have 8 kids, you got to go for it.
You're poor.
Anything to stretch to the dollar.
Anything, yeah. So just so you know, if you had tuna casserole.
Hobo Robin with you, 2 for 2. I got
If you had that, you were poor, just so you know.
Ooh, tuna casserole. Love that.
Your Sun Valley Fox, your older brother sitting there going, you guys got tuna?
Yeah, I don't know if my mom ever made that.
I had stone soup. What do you think you're talking about? All right, here's another one. And I have a caveat to this one, just so you know. On the drag and drop section of the program, let's do some dragging, let's do some dropping.
Sloppy Joes.
Now.
Oh, that's another good one.
And here in the article, it qualified it and said, okay, middle class and poor people both had sloppy joes. But if you had off-brand buns, you're poor. I was like, shit, we had Wonder Bread.
Did we have choices back then?
I don't know, but that's what they tell you. Now, here's the significant thing, and I read the whole article, and it brought a tear to my eye. Not a happy tear.
Okay.
It made me know in this particular situation, not only was I not lower middle class, I wasn't poor, I was somewhere down here in poor.
Ooh,
because
why?
the footnote of this article said, if you had your sloppy joes on off-brand buns and you added mustard to it out of a mustard packet from a restaurant, from a fast food. If you had a fast food packet of mustard that you put on your sloppy joe, you were down here poor. And I started to cry and went, that was me.
I never had mustard on my sloppy
That
joe.
was me. I used to take my sloppy joe.
I have a funny story about
Tear it
this.
off and I'd squeeze a little bit on there, one bite at a time. I was that kid. God
I
damn
have
it.
a funny story. So my
Okay.
dad, during the week, when I was in junior high school, my mom went back to work. He cooked. My dad was a great cook. On the weekends, after my mom worked all week, she would cook. But no, we didn't get really great dinners. Saturday night was burritos, sloppy joes, tacos. I mean, nothing, or BLTs. My mom didn't go
grilled cheese.
She's off work, but it still wasn't going to be great. So,
well,
actually, St. Donna and I were just talking about it because she came over to the house multiple times on Saturday, and we were trying to go through my mom's recipe or repertoire of what she did on Saturday night, and we got pretty close.
All right, so are you 3 for 3 on being poor? All right.
I'm poor. I was raised poor.
So far, I think we got 1 or 2 more.
I went to a private school. Figure that's where all the money went.
That's where all the money went. All the money went to the private school and your dresses. And all right, let me see if I got. Okay, I think I got 3 more. We'll do 3 more. This one I'm gonna do right now because I don't understand it.
I just lost my earring.
Uh-oh.
I don't know where it went.
Okay, this one I had to read the article. And it did say pancakes and eggs. It also said, well, if you had breakfast for dinner, you were poor. And I was like, that was a treat.
Oh, breakfast for dinner is amazing.
Yeah, and I couldn't figure it out. So I read the whole article on this one, and they did come full circle. No, we're just letting you know if you had pancakes and eggs for dinner, you were poor. And I was like, really?
What?
I'm telling you that
I love breakfast for dinner.
I do too. I still do. But they classified it as poor. So technically I'm 4 for 4 on these things.
I'm
but
right there.
I would not consider this a poor man's meal. I loved it.
Okay.
Now, sidebar.
Okay.
Growing up as a kid, did your family have one like go-to, never change, always in the cabinet syrup? Because my grandma had Mrs. Butterworth. My mom had log cabin.
I think we had Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima, yeah. But I mean, I can't believe when you went to people's houses. I went to people's houses as a kid. You spend the night and you hang out. And I had a lot of friends in junior high and high school. We went 13, 14, 16 different houses.
I didn't get pancakes that often.
And I'm telling you that when you go over to those houses and their moms make you breakfast, you better not question. You can't say, I'm sorry, do you have any log cabin? No. If they're not a log cabin family, you are not getting any. There are Mrs. Butterworths. Don't ask. I learned early on, whatever syrup you're handed, that's their preferred choice. They don't sway. Nobody growing up in the San Fernando Valley that I ever ran into, they had one syrup and that was goddamn it.
I must have been poor because there's no way in hell my mom ever made me breakfast like that. I never went to school with a breakfast.
We got breakfast on Saturdays sometimes.
Not me.
Yeah.
When my mom was off work, she was not doing a damn thing.
My mom would cook us boys breakfast on Saturdays. Sundays, we would have breakfast out after church, Grace Community Church, Roscoe Boulevard.
I bet you the Sun Valley Fox didn't get it either. I can't imagine.
I'm 4 for 4.
So am I.
All right, let's see. There's a couple more, 2 more after this. Let's do this one.
What's next? You're depressing me, man.
Drag and drop section. You are totally poor if your dinners included meatloaf with ketchup.
I love meatloaf.
I can't stand when people put ketchup on it. I try. It took me 11 years of our marriage to go, stop putting ketchup on the meatloaf.
I have a surprise for you. The last meatloaf you had ketchup on it.
Yeah, but I smothered it in A1 sauce, so it didn't matter.
I love meatloaf.
I didn't know I was poor. Meatloaf is a poor man's meal? I had no idea.
Well, probably because the ground meat is cheaper. I mean, not anymore, but it used to be.
Well, I used to eat that, and my mother would finally make half of the meatloaf without the ketchup on it. And I'd eat that, and then I wouldn't mind having it in a sandwich. I'd put it like in between bread.
Cold meatloaf sandwiches.
Put a piece of cheese on it, my little mustard and mayonnaise. I was good to go, but I didn't know I was poor. I had no idea. Thank you, Google.
I was poor. That was damn good eating, man.
Anybody else 5 for 5? Because I'm 5 for 5.
Oh, everybody is. Everybody is.
All right, one more, I think, to prove you're poor. This one's a tough one because I'm going to have to tell you what it said, and we'll go from there. It said, did you ever have like beans and franks or beans and rice? I'm sorry, beans and rice in a big pot. And I was like, I don't think I ever had beans and rice in a big pot. But then when I looked up their picture, I've had that because my mother put so much crap in there, you literally couldn't pick it out. If you didn't like the green.
Well, is that like chili?
It's called beans and rice, and then you add all that other colorful shit in there. To me, it looks like beans and rice and trail mix to me. But what it was when I was growing up, it was beans and rice, and then there was like she would cut up red peppers, green peppers, or there was celery, and I'm trying to pick all that shit
It's almost like shit on a shingle.
Pick out the onions and stuff, because if you just, so I can see where people would say you're poor if you're having beans and rice, because this is just beans and rice.
Or whatever was in the pantry that day.
Exactly, just dress it up.
I don't recall something like that.
Oh, I had that because I hated it. I couldn't stand that at all. And it was, well, if you don't like it, go to bed. Because guess what? That bowl be waiting for you first thing in the morning for breakfast. That bowl be still be sitting
in the
there.
South, Sahara calls it cowboy stew. I can see that. Whatever the cowboys had, they just put it all in there.
All right, so let me finish with they didn't have any pictures. This was off the list. In this article, they said you knew you were poor when your mom went to fix dinner and she had an ice pick or a knife and was prying out of the back of the freezer fish sticks or chicken nuggets. And if she was prying fish sticks that had been sitting in there for 6 months, you knew that they were waiting for payday to go to the grocery store. So now I'm thinking back, all the times I had fish sticks, I'm like, oh.
I never had fish sticks.
I did. I got stuck with fish sticks.
I never had chicken nuggets either.
I had fish sticks.
Keith Peterson for $10 on YouTube said, had all those. Then again, admittedly, I was food stamp poor.
Yeah, it was something. I'm telling you, there was a definite thing there for sure. All right, moving on. So now everybody can write down. Now you officially know if you're poor or if you were not poor.
I got a couple T-Bone gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. Shy says the general needs to try Costco meatloaf. Just scrape the ketchup off. The mashed taters are awesome, she says. I didn't know they had that.
Well, Costco meatloaf probably isn't meat. I mean, it probably has the meat in it, but I mean, you wouldn't buy it like a chunk of meat because I don't know. I'm not sure whether, like, if I was going to go to get meat, I'd try to go to a butcher shop. Is Costco a legit place to get meat? Yeah, I'm asking. I don't know.
I would say yes.
All right. Well, I'm just asking. I'm new around here. What do I know? Just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Haven't had an original thought in my head since 1973. Plagiarizing everything I'm talking about, left and right, up and down. I got one for you, honey. This one I was bringing up for you in the drag and drop section of the program here. Let me get this one. There it is. I saw the snippet of Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's excessive drug habit was so extreme, even cartels refused to keep up with his demand. Now, that sounds stupid. It's like, well, what drug cartel wouldn't keep supplying someone paying? That wasn't why they quit paying. They quit sending him the drugs. They quit sending him cocaine. And then they sent a guy over and like, hey, fucker. And Charlie tells the story because it was with Jesse Waters, actually. Uh-huh. And doing the interview. And they said, we heard that one of the cartels that was supplying you with your drugs quit. He goes, yeah. He goes, I was using so much with me and my friends. It was dealer amounts. And they thought I was dealing without their permission. And you can't sell without the shot caller's permission. So they sent us some bold boys over to the house more than once and said, are you selling what we're giving you? He goes, no. Using it all. I'm using it. No, you can't be.
Damn,
it's too
he was
much.
doing that much cocaine?
Doing that much that they came
and
to
he's
him.
alive to talk about it?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He at this interview, 8 years sober.
Wow, good for him.
8 years sober. One of the phone calls he got, and he got many phone calls. His father, do you know who his father is?
Yeah, Martin Sheen.
Turned him in.
Emilio Estevez is his brother.
Turned him in, but one of the phone calls he got to get him on path was Clint Eastwood.
Oh, nice.
So that was a good thing, I'd like to hear that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Think of the people his dad knew.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, as far deep as you could go. His dad had to know him all the way from the movie industry back into politics, too, no doubt.
Damn.
Anyway, I thought I'd let you guys know that story. There's a Charlie Sheen because that story's all over about how the cartel quit selling. And everyone's like, no, that wouldn't be true. They want to sell drugs. They need to sell drugs. They sell drugs for money. No. They cut him off because they thought he was dealing behind their back.
Damn. that is a lot.
That's serious. That is as serious as a heart attack.
Baby.
All right. So we're just telling you. What was there else? Doom.
Aha, Hobarad just did a joke.
What is it?
How much coke can Charlie Sheen do?
I don't know.
Enough to kill 2.5 men. That was a good one, Hobo Rob.
All right. So there's a bill coming through. Bill to require weigh stations along interstates to check truckers for English and their commercial driver's license compliance.
Finally.
Okay.
Finally, they're doing something at the weigh station.
Right, yeah. Instead of just waving people through.
Come on through.
You're good. Next. You're good. Next. You're good, too.
Good.
Here's the thing that caught my eye. Because remember, my Generation X brain is dumb. It works different.
No. We have common sense.
I don't know. Sometimes I look at the things I'm about to say and go, don't bring that up. Nobody cares about what your angle. I literally I didn't click on the article. I don't know where the bill is. Has it been signed? Has it been passed? I don't know. I didn't read it. All I read was bill to require weigh stations along interstates to check truckers for English and CDL compliance. And my brain went,
aren't we doing that already?
how far have we come? How far off track did we get that we have to check people for English?
Way off.
I mean, you have to write a law that says check the drivers to verify they speak English and that they have a commercial driver's license. But check that they can read, write, and speak English.
Have you ever been to the pharmacy where they have a sign that has about 20 different languages that they'll translate your drugs to you? 20. I'm almost positive there's like 20.
Well, we can get to the Drug Administration stuff later, but why on earth?
That's how far it's come.
We have to write a law.
Yes.
That requires officers to check to see if people speak English.
Welcome to our world. The world that we live in.
Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, for those of you that can dial your brains way back, like I can, if someone would have approached you in 1975, maybe even 1985, and said, you know, at some point we're going to pass a law requiring truck drivers to speak English, that would have been laughed out of the room. I just said, where's the punchline? I'm waiting for the rest of the joke. Is that half of a bad knock-knock joke? What the fuck are you talking about? Of course truck drivers can speak English. And even in the 80s, you knew there was Mexican drivers. You knew there was other drivers. So what? They speak English? You would have to. How the fuck would you be able to drive a truck on the road with a license if you can't goddamn speak English?
How would you be able to read the road signs? If you can't speak English, you can't read it.
Here's what I'm worried about.
I'm sorry.
You want to know what else popped into my brain? Did you ever see the movie Space Cowboys?
Oh, a long time ago.
Is with the old timers, and they can't see. They all wear glasses.
Right.
But they had to pass an eye test at 75 years old. So they stood there, and they had just memorized the eye test. You know, EJ5317, ABC, CBD, XYZ 123. And they read the whole thing, even at the bottom of the chart, made by the Acme Eye Company. You know, they knew the whole thing.
Yes.
What if these guys go in there and they know, they're like, okay, just to pass the exam for English, they're going to ask you 10 questions. What if they just memorize the 10 signs and the 10 questions? You never know. You never better mix this fucking shit up.
No, because, well, years ago, there used to be multiple tests to pass your driver's test.
I'm just saying, that was another thing that popped into my brain, that some smartass is going to be out there teaching these guys how to just pass the 10 questions, you know, legally. In the federal law says you're only allowed to ask these 10 questions. Right now, there's lawmakers watching this program going, fuck, we got to change that shit. We got to, hang on, Harry, rewrite that a little bit. We got to add some more shit in there. General's right. Yeah, the general is right.
So 2 comments. Loud One for $5 says this bill has actually been a law since the late 70s. It's now to be enforced again. I passed my test. They understood me just fine. Not like you, General. And then Dragon Slayer Jade says English just became the official language in March of 2025. That is correct. Donald Trump did an executive order to make it
I'm just
official.
saying that if they're, you know what, the sharp agents at these stops are going to say, read these 10 signs, read these 10 charts, and some dude's going to rattle off all the stuff. And the smart ones are going to pull out a Derek Jeter baseball card and go, read this, motherfucker. What's that say? You better know who Derek Jeter is.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, sharp dudes, if you can read English, what would you care for?
But what upsets me is, again, we had to wait till some foreign truck driver killed a family before they figured out, oh, maybe this isn't a great idea. What?
It's just
why is it always after the fact?
Okay. Well, think about it. It builds. It's been going on for a long time. It builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and then something happens, and people get pissed, and things change. That's just how it goes with this. But I'm just throwing out some ideas. I think all the way station officers, you guys should all carry baseball cards in your pocket, or complete works of Huck Finn, and just hand it to the guy and go, read any page.
A chapter.
Read any page you want. Scroll any page, start reading, and he better get it right. Huck Finn would be a challenge.
It would be. Yeah, it's a challenge for me.
That'd be a goddamn challenge. But I'm on the right path here. I'm on the right path. But you, ladies and gentlemen, can you see why I'm not in charge of anything? I mean, literally nothing. They're passing laws with signs and verbiage and thing, and I'm running around going, bring Huck Finn and some baseball cards. We're going to nail this shit. We're going to weed out the assholes right fucking now with some baseball cards. They're 35 cents a pack. Let's just get going. And you see, I just aged myself. 35 cents a pack. I don't know when the last baseball card pack was 35 cents. 1976, probably. All right. There was more. Now I'm going to get these in the wrong order.
Pat Nelson on Facebook Blue says some of the postal drivers used Google Translate.
They better. Why can't they just learn English? Why can't that just be a thing?
Yeah, we don't go to another country and.
No, if I went to Pakistan, those fuckers would say learn Pakistani or get out. They would be no sweat. All right.
Tori even confirmed me. Kaiser offers 150 languages for translation.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I go, they've now made it like, we'll just,
Get sick in English. Get well in English.
Sick in English.
Get sick in English. Get well in English. Let's make that a bumper sticker. All right.
Wow.
I have a question about this.
Oh, man.
I probably should have read more of the article, but no, I'm relying on you.
I have to figure this out?
Well, there's nobody else in the room but you and me. So the park rangers in Yellowstone, they went into the places you're not supposed to go, into the hot springs areas and the geysers and shit.
Okay.
And they pulled out tons of hats and purses.
Okay.
Now, I've been to Yellowstone. I've walked all those boardwalks. I've looked in the water. I didn't see anything floating in there. You think with all that shit, I'd have seen some shit right there. So
wait, they're saying they pulled it out of the springs or next to the springs?
The article just said they went into the hot springs and fished these out, is what they said. So I'm asking you, did all those people die? No, that's a serious question. Why are you laughing at me?
And that's the only thing that made it?
I'm just asking. Because if they went in there and they fried to a crisp and their hat floated to the top and that was all that was left, how come that's the only thing there? There's no jackets, there's no pants, there's no bodies, there's no bones. All it is hats and purses. And what is that? Is that 1,000 people? 800 people that died?
I think they found it near the hot springs, like people took those off and jumped in or something. Wouldn't that make more logical sense?
It would not make sense for 800 people to jump in. I thought you were going to say their hats blew off their head. That would make more sense than they took off their hat, handed it to someone, and jumped in.
With all the people in the world or all the people that go to these hot springs, I would say that's pretty average for stupid people to go try the hot springs.
I'm not discounting you because, like I showed you before, one of the memes that we put up on Instagram was a buffalo. And on the side of the buffalo, he had shaved into his side 5 humans because that's his kill count.
Well, that was one major frat party.
Like an ace who shoots down airplanes. But the title of it was, "This is what happens." I said, Yellowstone has changed now that millennials can drive on their own. Well, maybe this just represents all the millennials and the early Gen Zers that fucking went to Yellowstone. Maybe it's all their goddamn hats. I bet you know what? Go through those hats. You're not going to find one from 1955. You're not going to find a hat in there from 1955. You know why? Because people back then had fucking common sense and jump in the fucking thing. But that's what this picture's from. These are the hats that they fished out of Yellowstone. That was the title of it. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. Okay.
That's what it said.
Okay.
Just telling you what it said. True story. Or true, it's a story. That's the way I remember it. Give or take a lie or two. All right. Moving on. Boom. Let's go to the drag and drop. I don't know what order these are coming in. So you're just going to have to bear with me. I think there's 5 of these.
So we're just going to guess. What are these? Just like...
I'm not trying to make fun of Florida.
Yes, you are.
I swear to God, I am not trying to make fun of Florida. but you guys are the definition of swampy rednecks. Hillbilly gator huggers. I don't know what to call you.
Gator huggers.
Here's one. A man arrested for everything. And I read it. He had, in that county that he was arrested in, he was arrested for doing everything. Assault and battery on his wife, robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, evading arrest, everything on there, trespassing. He had the whole
one
list.
night.
In one night.
He had a checklist.
They finally caught him, and they said, well, how would you like us to write this up in the newspaper? And the cop went, just say he was arrested for everything.
That was his bucket list. Yeah. We're going to go in one night, and we're just going to do everything. Let's go.
Or this was some wife who turned in her husband and goes, just arrest him for everything. He's an asshole. Well, what did he do wrong? Everything. He did everything wrong. Just write it down and arrest him. I don't know. I wasn't that guy, thank God.
Damn.
All right, let me go to another one.
While you're waiting, we had some more gifted memberships. Brent Went Fishing did 5 memberships. Chris Coe did 1. And Star Roberts did 5. We're getting memberships over on YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
This one is a little bit embarrassing.
For who?
For the guy. Drag and drop section of the program here. Let me put this up for you. Man was arrested after cops spot a suspiciously small package in his undies.
Guys, watch out. You'll be arrested for small packages. It is, wait, he said undies?
Well, in his undies was, so I'm assuming the dude was running around in his briefs.
They call a guy with undies?
I'm thinking that it was a woman cop and said, something's going on here. That package should be bigger. Because I don't think a guy would do that. You think a male cop would go, where's your dick, son? Where's your package? There's nothing there. Drop them skivvies and let me see what's going on.
My dad used to call them was skivvies. I've never heard a guy call his underwear undies.
Then I'm saying that I think a woman cop noticed this guy and went, something's wrong here. But still.
Must have been cold out that night. That's all I'm saying.
Man arrested after cops spot a suspiciously small package in his undies. What's the charge, officer? You left home without your penis. Clearly, you left home without your penis. It's in my wife's purse.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's an odd one. I don't even know how you'd arrest a guy. You're putting the cuffs on him. What are you gonna? How do you go home and tell your wife, I was arrested for having a small dick?
She goes, finally. That's what she said.
Finally, someone else knows. She's like, see, I told you. Oh, what an embarrassing night. I'm telling you. All right. Wow. Let's see.
What's the next one?
Well, this one kind of fits with the last one. It really does.
Okay, let's go.
Again, when I put this up there, I swear this generates more questions than the headline answers. All right, here we go. My new penis really fits like a glove. That is the headline. Now, read what it says there. Surgeons claim to have replaced a man's cancer-ridden penis with one of his fingers, and it is apparently proving up to the job. What the fuck, man? What are you guys doing in Florida?
And they put on a 50-year-old man. They cut off the 50-year-old's member and replaced it by sewing on his middle finger. Well, that makes sense. Fuck you all. You know,
yeah,
the middle
got
finger.
That. Makes good sense.
Complete with knuckles. So it comes ribbed.
But that thing's... I wonder, can he still do this? I'm just asking.
With his dick?
Yeah, with his... Can his penis curl up? Can it... I don't know. I don't know how this even fucking works. But apparently the dude's happy about it. Now,
I bet his wife is too. I mean, what the hell? Yeah, I got some questions.
Okay, look it. Whatever you guys are doing in Florida.
Fits like a glove.
Fits like a glove. And I got to tell you, the problem with that, too, is some doctor decided this was an okay thing to try.
Fits, you must have quit.
Well, how did that conversation go? Doc, I want you to cut off my Johnson and sew my middle finger there.
Would you like a toe or a finger? How big is it?
And the doctor was drunk and went, I got you. Let me one more beer. Let's do this right now. What doctor would agree to that shit? Only in Florida. I'm just telling you, something's wrong down there. And I'm not trying to say, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but my God. All right. Where's another one here? Is this the last one?
Lifelong no shrinkage.
Well, that's true. he would never get arrested for a small package. His finger would be bulging up right there all the time. All right. Another headline from Florida. And this is part of a protest when they did not want a new nuclear facility to be built anywhere in Florida. We don't want one, can't have one, hurricanes, flood, storm surges. So they wrote this article in protest to not having any nuclear plants in the state of Florida.
Okay.
A nuclear explosion would be a disaster. That's the headline. No shit. That's your lead argument. Who's even going to fucking... by the way, people of Florida, I'm just going to write this down for you. A nuclear disaster or explosion, that'd be a bad disaster, man. So no nukes, because if it explodes, that would be bad. Chernobyl and all. That was their headline. That's the best they could come up with for their anti-nuke protest. Okay. Oh, and these people wonder why I'm trying not. I'm trying.
Walk off a
long walk
off a short
long
pier.
walk off a short pier. All right, I'm not trying to make fun of you guys, but this was This was in the same news article, the same page as that last one.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You ready? Here goes. Planes forced to land at airports. Planes. Headline news, shocking, breaking news this moment here in Florida. Planes forced to land at airports.
Was this amateur page? Amateur journalism page?
As opposed to what, you dumb fucks? Where were they? Was there like a whole...
Swamps.
You don't write. They're forced to land at... What was it, optional?
Canals.
I'm not flying to Florida if landing on airports is optional for you guys. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying. We got problems here. All right.
Bridges, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm like...
Go ahead and catch us up while I look around here.
Wow. Okay, let me see what's over here. Everybody's just been listening here. So, let's see. Daniel over on Rumble says, if you didn't stand in line to get a big block of cheese, powdered milk, a silver can with a black inked picture of a cow pig, and a can of unsweetened peanut butter, you weren't really that poor.
He's talking about down at the A&P with your food stamps, and yes, I was. So I know exactly what you mean. All right, I got another one coming up. This is kind of stupid, but I think it's a public service announcement. I shouldn't have clicked on this because the article said gadgets you need to attach to your phone.
Oh my gosh, what?
And I
You mean we don't have them on our phones already?
Easy, Hoss. Apparently there's things we need. Now, not too upset about this one. The drag and drop section of the program is a little bit of drag and it's a little bit of drop. Bear with me. There's the drag and there's the drop. Okay. This one was the first thing that said you got to have a battery backup.
Oh, I just got you one.
But I would not attach that to the phone. I like it better that it has the little cable between, like Mary M, who's on staff here. She showed me hers. I showed her mine.
Copycatter.
I know. I don't mind this as a thing you should have as a battery backup. I think that's a cool thing to have. All right. I'm not going to complain about that one. But wait, there's more. These are things that they wrote entire articles convincing you, don't forget to get this. These are things you have to have.
Okay.
All right. Next one is right here. Go to drag and drop. Boom, boom, boom. And here you go. Can you read what that says?
Not yet.
An endoscope camera with a light. It's got a 40-foot cable on it. Now, if you're a peeping Tom trying to look in the neighbor's window or under a door to see a girl dressing and undressing, maybe. But that thing says endoscope, which sounds medical. And the fact that it's that goddamn long, I'm thinking someone's going to shove it up someone's ass and take a peek with their cell phone. Kind of like, the doctor gives you a home visit and says, now we got your colonoscopy right here. I brought some Vaseline and my handy endoscope right here on the end of my camera. Bend over.
Oh, man.
Can anyone tell me why you would need a little spy camera with a 20-foot cable on it? Where are you going? What are you looking for?
I can't even come up with something on that. I have no idea.
You're going to plumber looking down a drain maybe? You got to come up with something because right now this is looking very intrusive from the big fat guy's point of view. I just want to be clear on that. But I'm not buying that. That is not something I would buy as you got to have one of these for your phone, man. These are the must-have gifts before Christmas this year. Fuck you. I'm not doing that shit.
Jeez.
All right. What was another one in there that they said we had to have? Absolutely had to have this attached to my phone.
Well,
all right. This thing. And you should have heard the article. You're supposed to buy a tiny air pump.
for what?
That's what I said. So I read this and go like, okay, what the fuck am I pumping up with this thing? And it says about all it's good for, but it does a really handy job. It can pump up both of your bicycle tires in about 4 minutes each. And I thought, what kind of a douchebag would I look like on the side of the road using my phone to pump up my bicycle tire? When some dude's going to go screaming by me in a big block Chevy.
Where were these things? And what article? What?
Why do they come to my page? Why does this pop up on my... Why does Google think I need this shit? Does Google think I ride a bicycle? Do I look like a big fat guy on a bicycle? No, I'd look like an elephant at the circus on a tricycle if I rode a bicycle. I do not. And I'm certainly not going to pump it up with some holding two things on the side of the... I mean, what kind of a dill hole would I be?
I'm trying to find out what advertisement would this be? I don't know.
What sites are you visiting? All right, there's more. Don't worry. I'm not leaving you in the lurch.
Is it still for more for your phone?
I'm almost done.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. Another one for my phone.
I guess the guy with the little finger doesn't have to worry about the air pump.
Why?
Little finger dick.
Why?
Does he have to blow it up?
Does he still can't get flat tires?
Never mind.
Okay. This one's stupid.
I do love this one. Reading light.
I have never seen a person in my entire life use a reading light on a book. Ever.
Bullshit. I have. Well, you were asleep. I have.
I have never seen anyone use. They buy these things. They use them like 6 times. They lose them. They break them. They don't charge them. No one ever uses this. Why is this still a thing? I call bullshit on that one. No, not doing it. All right, another one. Almost done here. Almost done. Bear with me. These are gifts you have to know to get for yourself or others that you hate. I mean, love.
I don't need a book light because I use my Kindle. If I don't have my Kindle, I need a book light because you go to sleep and I read.
All right, I could go along with that, but I don't think I've ever woke up and seen you having a light on. Ever, 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 ever. All right, one more you got to have. A portable fan. Now, I'm a big fat guy. I have been in places. You know where I could have used this? You know what popped into my head? Flying back to New York. We did that Chris Cuomo thing. Man, that studio was so fucking hot everywhere we've been. I would have had this. I would have drained my phone trying to keep from sweating. Because you just can't get a fan wherever you want. This maybe not such a bad idea.
In pink?
No, not in pink.
Pink's your color.
I didn't choose the color. I didn't scroll through and say, "Oh, I'm going to show the pink one tonight on the show." I didn't say that. All right, last one. Then we'll call it a day. Last one, and someone's going to have to help me out with this, just so you know. And it is right here. Boom, 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 and close that. Drag and drop section of the program coming to you. Boom.
Not there yet.
Heat It insect bite healer that plugs into your phone.
Wait, heated?
Read what it says. It's heated.
Heat it. Insect
what the fuck is this and how would this even work? Insect bite healer. Now, if it plugs into your phone, it has to work off electricity. So somehow they're saying we have a battery-powered way for you to do something to an insect
electrocute
bite.
Yourself.
Yeah, is that what it is? Does it shock the bite away, or does it numb you so you don't feel it? What the fuck kind of an invention is this? I'm just asking. Maybe, somebody out there goes, I've got one of those that work pretty well, thanks.
I'm scratching my head because I'm like, I have no clue.
I want to know this, and here's why I want to know. Do I want to know so I can fix insect bites? No. But if this is any sort of a mild shocking device, I have a lot of other uses for it. I got a lot of other things in mind. If there's a device this small that will shock someone's skin, I'm telling you, in the middle of the night, when my wife a little badonkadar, she's gonna get it right on the side of her ass. If I got one of those in my hand, I'm using it.
Okay, well, I'm looking at this, okay?
All right.
The part that I guess you get the bug bite on is that flat part right in the front. So maybe...
Wait, you don't get a bug bite on that.
No, I meant you put that flat part on the bug bite.
All right, now we got you.
So maybe he kills, I don't want to say venom or the poison or whatever it goes into.
Oh, you just reminded me of my grandmother.
What?
Heat brings it to the top. She always used to tell me anything on my skin.
Well, yeah, because
heat brings it to the top.
Like when we got stung by bees and stuff, you wanted that stuff to,
She'd put a hot rag on me. Heat brings it to the top.
So maybe that's what that is.
That's as good a guess as any. I was hoping for a little shocker device, but I have no idea what this has to do with fucking anything. But whatever.
We never had that when we were little, but okay.
The Sun Valley Fox, I've seen him. He has, there's mosquitoes and there's bugs. He gets bug bites working outside. You know what he does? He gets a little lump on his right there. Something comes up. He whips out his knife and just cuts it right off and kind of holds it like this till it stops bleeding, or he puts some black electrical tape on it. Keeps right on going. So if you want to sell something to cure bug bites, use the Sun Valley Fox's method of a buck 110 brass buck knife and just cut whatever it is, cut it off.
No, he's from the generation that put the X mark. You know where you stick your nail? Have you ever done that? That's really old.
That's like 1800s.
X mark on your bug bite.
You got to cut the X in their ass and suck out the poison from the rattlesnake bite.
That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
I said you push in your skin with your nail and make an X.
I'm just saying that's what I heard.
That's not what I said.
All right. It is 6:50 now. We're coming up on the hour. Gen X Mom, is there anything in the sheets we need to talk about?
Yes. Public 520 for $5 says.
My man.
Good evening, Bottom of the Glass Nation. Just picking up my homework and dropping off my excuse note. You can find it in the M thread in Discord. Love you all.
He's dropping off his homework and his excuse note on why he's late. I like that. That's good. Anybody else?
Shy says, I know how that works. It charges via USB-C or regular USB. The tip is applied to the skin to warm it up, which brings more blood to the area to sort of flush it out.
Why couldn't I use a Bic lighter?
Well, you could. Go right away.
Why would I have to spend $49.95 on something that says, apply the heat liberally right here? This is where it goes, asshole.
Our staff is so smart.
Our staff is smart.
And Dragon Slayer Jade on Rumble says, the thing about your hot springs?
Yeah.
She goes, hats blow off, purses get dropped.
People burn up because they jump in because they're fucking morons. Dragon Slayer Jade over on Rumble. You don't know. Every one of those hats could have represented a dead body for all you know. You don't know.
That's what he wants.
You didn't read the article, Dragon Slayer Jade. You don't know. Okay?
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know either, but we're going with my opinion. It's my show. All right.
So, since you're high as a flying kite off your espresso shot, are you going to Discord tonight?
The thing is, I'm only down to about here. I haven't even had half of it.
And you're flying like a kite right now.
You want me to be more subdued? I can be more subdued.
I think you owe these people a little Discord time.
A little subdued. No, I can't. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of
go on Discord for a few
Now
seconds.
There's work to do. I didn't like it when I work and I'm on Discord. I can't do that. It's really difficult for everybody to communicate while I'm working and I'm trying to be on Discord. I'm sorry. Am I subdued enough now for you? And prove that I'm not caffeinated?
Trippy says you need to chug it.
I can't. It's the grossest shit ever. I don't know how you people...
He doesn't like coffee.
How you fuckers drink that 3 times a day. That's my first Starbucks coffee ever. I haven't had a cup of coffee probably since I was 19. And that's just as shitty as I remember it.
Sovereign Fighter for $2 says, thank you for the laughs. I really needed it tonight. You're quite welcome.
You are quite welcome. All right, we got to get out of here. We got to say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. I'm not sure where you found us around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things in life. Number 1, wherever you go, there you are. And number 2, I'll catch you guys on the flip side because I'm out, baby.